Movies are dying in real time, and that boat that was once the Titanic has now just hit their iceberg and is sinking at an alarming rate.
Wait, what?
It's actually kind of crazy. I mean, sure, there are a few hits like Oppenheimer and Barbie and the Super Mario movie we had last year in 2023, but let's be real. Most of the stuff coming out of Hollywood lately is just, well, it's garbage.
You don't say!
So what's the deal? Why are movies tanking so hard? Is it because movie quality has gotten a lot worse? Or is there an actual underlying reasoning to all of this? I think one thing we can all remember is when COVID hit, and suddenly we were all stuck at home with nothing to do but binge watch Netflix and play a bunch of video games. Feels like a decade ago, honestly, but surprisingly, that changed everything. When COVID hit, we were all forced indoors due to the pandemic, and suddenly, streaming services became our best friends since we weren't able to go to the movies. And when the COVID disease lifted for everyone, people wanted to get back outside again. But one area that saw a major decrease in viewership was the movie industry, because of the convenience of streaming services, allowing viewers to watch any movie for a low price. Why even bother going out to the movies when you can watch the latest blockbuster from the comfort of your couch, right? I mean, you can pause for bathroom breaks, grab snacks from the kitchen. It's like the ultimate movie-watching experience. No longer did you have to worry about missing the movie because you had to go to the bathroom. So because of this, it really changed people's opinions on how they should watch movies.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense.
And the truth is, I guess we got so used to the whole streaming thing. Plus, with the way some movies were going straight to streaming just a few months after their theater release, why rush to see them on the big screen? Why spend a small fortune on tickets and popcorn when you can wait a bit and watch it at home for a fraction of the cost? This was a question that everyone was thinking about in their head. And don't even get me started on the politics in movies these days. It's like everywhere you look, there's some hidden agenda or message being shoved down your throat. Can't we just enjoy a movie without all the preaching? So many movies today are forcing agendas onto audiences. For example, if you're going to see the new and upcoming superhero movie about your favorite hero, he's probably going to be an annoying loser who gets disrespected by his female counterparts. Examples are Indiana Jones, Thor 4, and any of the new Star Wars movies. Or you have movies that spit on the legacy of beloved characters that everyone loves, like The Little Mermaid and Snow White. And the biggest turn-off is when the movies glorify the message. And it's even more annoying for audiences when they push this stuff onto children, like the movie Lightyear and Strange World. We have seen this countless of times, and it seems to be everywhere nowadays. But another problem that is surprising, but it's the lack of originality in storytelling. I made a whole video about this issue, and it really is a problem in the cinema right now. Nowadays, all we get is sequel after sequel, reboot after reboot. Where's the creativity? Literally, we are watching the exact same stories being repeated over and over again, and it gets boring and predictable. In fact, it feels like writers and directors have given up on storytelling, and everything is just a waste of time to watch. I mean, how many times have we sat through movies with paper-thin characters?
I bypassed the compressor.
This is so dumb.
It's like they're just going through the motions, churning out cookie-cutter films that leave us feeling underwhelmed. Where's the imagination, the originality? It's like they're playing it safe, sticking to tried and tested formulas instead of taking risks and pushing the boundaries of storytelling.
Dang.
But a problem that has been growing, and is actually a pretty big issue, is the cost of the movies. Going to the movies is becoming so expensive that movies that are just mid or mediocre in quality aren't even worth watching because of how expensive it is to buy a ticket, popcorn and a drink to watch in the theatres. It's ridiculous. I mean, sure, I get that theatres need to make money, but do they have to gouge us at every turn? From the overpriced tickets to the outrageously expensive popcorn and drinks, it's like they're nickel and diming us at every opportunity. And let's not forget about the gas money we have have to shell out just to get there. It's like going to the movies has become a luxury event. I love movies, like I love them a lot, but I even have found myself not wanting to go to the movies because of how overpriced everything is. Looking back at 2023, the only movies I saw were Puss in Boots, Super Mario, Oppenheimer, Across the Spider-Verse, Barbie, and Five Nights at Freddy's. And for this year, I only saw Dune Part 2 and Ungentlemanly Warfare. But for some reason, I just don't care for movies like I used to. And a lot of these movies I have mentioned have done quite well. But the other movies that haven't done well, like Indiana Jones, The Marvels, Shazam, Flash, and many others have shown us something unexpected. That people don't care about going to the cinema anymore, unless it's something that is super powerful and moving, or if it's a franchise that is trending with culture. I know I named the obvious movies that have failed, but surprisingly, even Mission Impossible bombed at the box office, and other movies like Dungeons and Dragons, Haunted Mansion, and Ruby Gillman. 10 years ago, these movies would have done really well, but today, these movies just aren't selling with people. It's because people don't need to rush to the theaters anymore to see that new movie, because we all know that these movies will appear on streaming services shortly after. So now, we are all becoming more and more picky about the type of movies we want to go out and see. But now it's becoming a special event for movies that audiences want to see. So movies that were just mid and look alright will now only be viewed on streaming platforms because of how easy accessible it is to watch, and also because it's not worth spending so much money to see a mediocre movie.
That makes sense.
But let's not forget how the cultural landscape has shifted when it comes to entertainment. These days, it's not just about movies anymore. People are spending more and more of their time on platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and gaming. It's like these digital realms have become the new frontier of entertainment, offering endless streams of content and interactive experiences that cater to every taste and interest. Why sit through a 2-hour movie when you can binge watch your favorite YouTubers or lose yourself in the immersive world of a video game? The way we consume media has evolved, and movies are just one piece of the puzzle now. I even have found myself spending way more time on YouTube and playing video games than I have with watching movies. For me, I guess it feels more productive in a way. So, maybe it's not just about the decline of movie theaters. It's about the rise of new forms of entertainment that are capturing our attention and shaping our cultural landscape in ways we never could have imagined. But I would also keep this in mind, but because of TikTok and the evolution of technology, our attention spans have gotten a lot shorter actually, and a statistic has shown that our brains for our attention span is less than a goldfish, apparently. Kind of depressing when you think about it. But this also influences people and how they interact with long-form content. And because of every movie nowadays being absolute dog water, it has caused a shift in what people find entertaining.
You got that right!
Hollywood just doesn't seem to learn, and they keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again. And the issue is, they don't listen to their fans and what the people want. Instead, they ignore them and treat the public like children and keep making trash movies that are political. So they are just doing this to themselves, and I don't even feel bad about it, honestly. Sure, it stinks the movies have fallen off, but with all the different types of entertainment we have today, it doesn't stink as badly. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Is this the end of films and movie theatres, or is everyone just being overdramatic? But make sure to like and to subscribe to see more content like this. And I'll see you.
Sir, it's time to go. If we don't leave now, we will be late.
Oh, right. Thanks for reminding me, Charles. Nice seeing all of you, and I'll catch you all later.